It literally like pisses me off when people are like, she's not the face of the league.
Who would be?
What? No, there's really good, well-known people in our league. I'm not discrediting them. Like, we have a lot of badasses in our league.
Yeah.
Like, hell yeah to that. I'm all for that. But when people try to argue that she's not the face of our league,
Yeah.
or if our league would be where we're at without her, you're dumb as
Yeah.
Hey there, basketball family. Welcome back to the channel. I'm absolutely thrilled you're here today because we're about to dive into one of the most incredible overnight transformations in sports history. And before we get started, if you love stories about loyalty, courage, and instant legends being born, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Trust me, you do not want to miss what's coming next. Now picture this scenario. You go to bed Tuesday night as a solid role player that most casual fans barely know. You wake up Wednesday morning and your jersey is completely sold out across the entire internet. Your Instagram has exploded with over 100,000 new followers. Your name is trending on every single social media platform. And suddenly, you're being called the most important teammate in women's basketball. This isn't some Hollywood script, my friends. This is the Sophie Cunningham story, and it's about to blow your mind. But here's what makes this story absolutely legendary. It all started with just one word. One single word that changed everything. And that word, we'll get to it in just a minute, but first, let me set the scene for you. Oh, and if you're loving this storytelling already, seriously, smash that subscribe button. We're building an amazing community of basketball lovers here, and I promise you'll get stories like this that you won't find anywhere else. Let's transport ourselves back to Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Indiana Fever versus Connecticut Sun. The energy in the arena is electric, but there's something different in the air tonight. There's tension, there's history, there's unfinished business. In one corner, we have Caitlin Clark, the golden child who has generated record-breaking TV ratings, sold out arenas, and has a massive media presence since being drafted by the Fever as the first pick in 2024. This is the player who literally transformed the entire landscape of women's basketball overnight. But here's what most people didn't know at the time. The former Phoenix Mercury guard said that players were focused on giving Clark the rookie treatment with welcome to the league moments and roughing her up. Cunningham also revealed the Mercury's locker room talks before matching up against her now Fever teammate. Did you catch that? Teams were literally planning how to rough up Caitlin Clark. This wasn't just competitive basketball, this was targeted. And for over a year, Clark had been taking hit after hit, foul after foul, with very little protection from teammates. As one observer perfectly noted, standing up for Clark is not something we see her teammates do, so it was definitely refreshing to see that. But that night, everything was about to change. Because sitting on that bench, watching every cheap shot, every hard foul, every moment of disrespect toward her teammate, was someone who had been quietly building up a storm of righteous anger. Sophie Cunningham wasn't just any teammate. This woman had credentials that would make most people think twice about messing with her. We're talking about someone who played varsity football in high school, drilling field goals in full pads, someone who was a black belt in Taekwondo at age 6, someone who had earned her reputation as one of the feistiest players in the WNBA. Now, let's talk about JC Sheldon. This wasn't just some random opponent going after Clark. These two had history Big Ten rivals from their college days. The kind of history that doesn't just disappear when you make it to the pros. According to eyewitness reports, Clark was shoved in the back by Marina Mabrey in the third quarter during a melee that began when things started getting physical. But Sheldon? She was going at Clark all night long. Sources described Sheldon as defending Clark with enough physicality and trash talk that it seemed to turn the game into a scuffle fest. This wasn't just basketball anymore, this was personal. And through every single exchange, every heated moment, every time Clark needed someone to step up, Sophie Cunningham was watching, calculating, waiting for her moment. But here's the part that gives me chills every single time I think about it. Later, Cunningham would reveal something that shows just how calculated this whole thing was. While speaking with reporters about her fiery and physical defense of teammate Caitlin Clark Tuesday against Connecticut Sun players, Cunningham called out the league for not protecting Clark during the Phenom's young WNBA career. This wasn't just a teammate getting heated in the moment. This was someone who had been watching the systematic targeting of her teammate and had finally decided enough is enough. And when Sophie Cunningham says her flagrant foul, fight versus Sun, was byproduct of WNBA refs not protecting Caitlin Clark, you know this woman had been planning this intervention for a long time. By the way, if you're getting as fired up about this story as I am, make sure you're subscribed because we're just getting to the best part. And seriously, the comment section on these videos is always amazing. You basketball fans have the best insights. And then it happened. The moment Sophie Cunningham stepped onto that court, she didn't waste a single second. According to multiple sources, she immediately threw JC Sheldon to the floor. But when Sheldon tried to retaliate, Cunningham clutched the back of Sheldon's head and had some very choice words for her. Right there, in front of thousands of screaming fans and millions watching at home. And in that precise moment, something magical happened. Every single person in that arena, every Fever fan watching from home, realized the exact same thing at the exact same time. Caitlin Clark finally has an enforcer. But here's the part that absolutely melts my heart and shows you everything you need to know about what this moment meant. In the locker room, she goes, I think she's like, finally, Cunningham said, but I think it kind of had our team together as a whole. Everyone was like, we do have to protect each other. Did you hear that? Finally. That one word carries so much weight, so much relief, so much gratitude. For over a year, Clark had been taking hits with no real backup. And in that moment, she knew she finally had someone who would go to war for her. Indiana Fever star Sophie Cunningham revealed that Caitlin Clark yelled finally after she defended the reigning Rookie of the Year against the Connecticut Sun. And you know what the most beautiful part of this whole story is? But I think it kind of had our team together as a whole. Everyone was like, we do have to protect each other. This wasn't just about one fight or one moment of toughness. This was about transforming an entire team culture. This was about showing everyone what loyalty looks like. Now buckle up, because what happened next absolutely defied every single prediction about how sports fame works. Sophie Cunningham's Fever number 8 jerseys completely sold out overnight on Fanatics, not just low stock, gone, vanished. So thoroughly sold out that they weren't even listed on the site anymore because they needed to completely restock everything. Her Instagram followers, plus 100,000 in one night. That's not a typo, folks. 100,000 new followers in less than 24 hours. Her name was trending on Twitter, exploding on TikTok, dominating Instagram, taking over Reddit. Everywhere you looked, it was Sophie Cunningham this, Sophie Cunningham that, Sophie Cunningham the enforcer. And suddenly everyone wanted to know, who is this mystery warrior? That's when the internet detectives went to work. And what they found was incredible. Old footage surfaced of her playing varsity football in high school. And I'm not talking about just participating. I'm talking about her drilling field goals in full pads like she belonged there. Pictures emerged of her as a 6-year-old black belt in Taekwondo. Her own sister posted the proof when fans started questioning it. Videos started circulating showing Fever staff having to hold her back on the sidelines when Clark got shoved. This woman was ready to fight the entire opposing team if necessary. This wasn't some random role player who got lucky. Sophie Cunningham was a lifelong warrior hiding in plain sight. Varsity football kicker, black belt at 6 years old, ready to unleash years of built-up fury. When the sports world exploded over her defending Caitlin Clark, Pat McAfee didn't hold back. Sophie Cunningham is going to continue to fight people for messing with Caitlin Clark. He called her a dog that nobody should mess with. Even weeks later, she's still defending Clark on her podcast, Show Me Something. But here's what gives me chills. This isn't about one fight or going viral overnight. This is about loyalty, about showing up when it matters most. Sophie proved that 30 seconds can change everything, from role player to enforcer to legend. So remember this, when Sophie Cunningham decided nobody would mess with Caitlin Clark on her watch, she didn't just defend a teammate, she showed the world what authentic loyalty looks like. Smash that subscribe button if this fired you up, and tell me, who's your favorite sports enforcer? Keep defending your teammates. Basketball family.